Jerry watching Free Speech TV in Tomah, Wisconsin. Hey, Jerry, what's up? Jerry? Free Speech TV, Direct TV, Tomah, Wisconsin? No Jerry. Okay, let's try Mike in Chicago watching Free Speech TV. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you knew what your terminology or your phrasing of the purpose of business, because I'm guessing you know that the purpose of business is to provide a product or service, and the goal is to make a profit in doing that. You kind of had it, you basically made that the purpose was the goal, which was making the profit.
Well, I was quoting, or I was paraphrasing the Michigan Supreme Court in the Dodge v. Ford case, where the Dodge brothers sued Henry Ford because he raised the wage of his workers to $5 a week when it had been $1 a week. And they were paying $1 a week, and they didn't want to have to start paying $5 a week in order to compete with him for labor. So they sued him, and it went to the Michigan Supreme Court. And Henry Ford's defense was that by paying his workers $5 an hour, he was enabling them, he was lifting their socioeconomic status to the point where they could afford to buy his cars. Thus, he was creating customers for his own product. Thus, he was actually serving his stockholders better than the Dodge brothers were, whose workers were staying in poverty. And the whole criteria was, are you serving your stockholders? And then you get into the 1980s when this whole thing came along about how the stockholders are actually the owners of the company, and the CEOs are beholden to a variety of constituencies. See, the law that you're describing, Mike, basically is the way it was prior to the Reagan administration. CEOs, and this is that 5-minute rant that I said, remind me sometime to go off on it. CEOs had to respond to the community. They had to respond to their employees. These are their constituencies: their employees, their customers, and their company as an institution, and their stockholders. There were 5 constituencies the CEOs had to respond to. When the Reagan administration changed the taxation rules so that CEOs could get the majority of their compensation by stock options, so that their ability to become millionaires and billionaires depended not on whether the company did well, but whether the company showed a profit. Not whether the community did well, to hell with the community, we'll move the company to Mexico. Not whether the employees did well, to hell with the employees, we'll move the company to Mexico. Not whether the product did well, to hell with the product, we'll start making cheap crap in China. And not whether the company itself did well. We'll take companies apart, break them up, sell them off, slice them and dice them. The company as an institution doesn't matter. So then it becomes just, do the stockholders do well? And that's the corporate culture we've had since about 1987. And you can see where it's taken us.
Okay, I understand all that what you're saying. I'm not denying that.
Right.
But you have to understand, if you change the equation to where the purpose is just to make a profit, the business that you're in is bank robbery. Because if you're in a business, legally, you're not supposed to make any money unless you are actually either you're providing a product or service.
Where does it say that?
Provide something to the marketplace.
No. Mike, if that was the case, then banksters selling CDOs, I mean, arguably, I suppose it's a profit, but it's a non-product product. Mike, I think we're arguing semantics, but I'm glad that you understand where I'm coming from and that we at least share a worldview. Thank you very much for the call.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.